In this box are the 25 different cards that I won this past Sunday from REA in their 2024 summer auction. And first off, hands down to REA. It is Thursday evening in Seattle, and I already have this order from the cards that I won on Sunday. But then number two, these cards were basically, I'm gonna use the word free, because I used some of the money that I earned from my 2 consignments to pay for all of these 25 cards. This is hands down the largest purchase ever from a quantity perspective from REA. But look, enough talking about it. Let's dig into the box right now. So, okay, let's see. I have no idea what order they're going to be coming in, so let's see. Of course, your hobby intricacies, if you went to the National, you got one of these for free, but good to have another one here. Okay, let's see here. A lot of junk on the desk right now for this. Okay, here are all 25 cards. Now, just because it's going to be the largest card of the 25, I'm going to show the cabinet card first. This is that large one back here. This is my first ever T3 purchase, but as I open up this package, I'm going to give you one guess as to what player you think is pictured on this T3 card. Put these to the side. Okay, first up we have this Frank Chance T3 cabinet card. This obviously, it's a PSA 1 with the MK designation on it, but this is just, in my opinion, a really, really cool card. It's going to display, I keep calling it a card, it's a cabinet card, but you know, it's not a typical card, but this is just going to display really, really well behind me, and I'm just very happy to pick up this card and have it be a Frank Chance. So I guess you could say I am now a Frank Chance player collector. Maybe I selected that a year ago when I added it to my forearm, but from a card perspective, this is just really cool and a neat way, and just a really cool T3. And now, while the front of the card is cool, to me, one of the coolest things is the message on the back of the card at the very bottom. It says, any one of the above named pictures given in exchange for 10 coupons taken from Turkey Red cigarettes, or 25 coupons from either Old Mill or Fez cigarettes. Send coupons by mail or express, charges prepaid, to Baseball and Athlete Picture Department, Jersey City, New Jersey. And the cool part here is it says, this offer expires June 30th, 1911. So I really wonder who mailed in the coupons, what's the story of this, but this is just a really cool piece of what I would say Americana early baseball history, and it's of course, Frank Chance. And now, somewhere in the middle of me putting Frank Chance down and me opening up this yellow package, I somehow was not recording myself, so we're going to cut to now this yellow package, which has all of my tobacco cards in it for the next part of the box breaking video, or the REA mail day. So there's one big lot in here, and there's one Hall of Famer. So let's do the Hall of Famer first, because it's going to be the easiest card to go through. But this is a card that I went back and forth on throughout the entire auction. I thought it was a perfect addition to my new Sovereign 150 set, because it maintained one of my big rules. If I'm going to put this set together, I have to buy the Hall of Famers first, because if I do decide to not complete the set in the future, Hall of Famers selling them are going to be a lot easier. And so when my 1971 Topps Super set and my Ray Dimmitt ended up doing so well, I added this on at the very, very end. And so this is Nap Lajoie, PSA 2 with a Sov 150 back. And this card, one of my big rules when it comes to building either my Polar Bear set, or it's going to be my Old Mill Southern League set, and now my Sov 150 set, is having a nice clean back. And this Nap Lajoie has a very, very clean back, no paper loss. And what I say is the most spectacular part about this card, beyond the fact that it's, in my opinion, centered very well, it's just the jacket, the throwing pose of Nap Lajoie. He just looks so cool in this card, and so very, very happy to now own this Nap Lajoie for my new Solve 150 back run set. Now comes the fun purchase from the summer auction, and this basically breaks both of the rules I just spoke about. Number one, some of these cards do have paper loss, but number two, some of these cards, actually all of these cards, none of them are of Hall of Famers. But when you're starting out a brand new set like I am with the Sovereign 150, if I'm given the opportunity to purchase 20 plus cards to put a massive dent into my set, I have to take advantage of the lot as long as the price per card is reasonable. And the best part about this 23 card Sovereign lot, keep in mind 21 are of 150s, there are 2 460s. It came out to just $73 per card, and so I thought that was a fantastic deal. And I basically, when you take a look at what my 1971 Top Super set sold for, I basically traded a set that I've owned for 2 years for these 23 cards, which I will appreciate way more, considering I never opened up that 71 Top Super box after I won that auction a couple of years ago. So obviously, without further ado, let's go ahead and dig in to these 23 different Sovereign cards, and I will go ahead and use the images from the REA auction to showcase these just because of how they were shipped, of course, in their card savers. But very, very happy. The highlight, of course, is Hal Chase, white cap throwing. And then as we take a look at 19 of the 23, a couple of key cards here, in my opinion. Simon Nichols there, bottom center. That is the same Simon Nichols from Polar Bear. This card is different though, and this one has his name spelled correctly with 2 L's. Bonus points though, if you can look at this image and go, that card is a Polar Bear card, and it is a Sovereign 460 back. That is Admiral Schley on the left with that red back. That is obviously Sovereign 460. He is in Polar Bear. But then you've got, Crandall Port, Lobert Port, Powers with that catcher's mask. You've got Murphy, the horizontal card, one of only 6 horizontal in all of the set. But this is just a really, really cool assortment of cards. Then, of course, you have the backs of these cards. You can see a couple of them are stamped. That is, of course, how people traded cards back in the day, so they would know which ones were which. But for the most part, very, very clean backs. Even though, yes, there is some paper loss, but for the most part, all of the cards are very clean. But let's now take a look at the last 4 images from this lot. We have that nice Bradley Port, Carter from Cincinnati, and then Jake Stahl from Boston. That lone 460 right there, that is going to be of Happy Smith. And can you really be disappointed when you pick up a baseball card and the word happy is written on it? I know I can't be, even though that Happy Smith will only be residing in my PC for a little bit longer. I'll get it graded and then sell it off to someone who will appreciate it way more than I will, as I only wanted the 21 150s that were in this slot. But overall, for me, as a collector of pre-war, this was a home run auction for me. To add 21 Sovereign 150s, I think I couldn't be happier. To pick up the Nap Lajoie PSA 2, which I will cross to SGC, very, very happy. And of course, for me, the highlight, I don't know if I'll ever finish the T3 set, but Frank Chance was my first Polar Bear, and now Frank Chance will forever always be my very first T3 purchase. So overall, very happy with the purchases from this past week. And if you want to follow along with me as I complete this journey to a complete 520 card T206 set, hit that like and also subscribe button.